greens. Right. So you want to visualize where the lip of the bowl is going to be. Right. We have 6 inches to cover. So you want to bulk this out 6 inches, and make sure you want to, when you cut this, you don't have any of these leaves or these smaller stems in the water. The water will turn dark very quickly with waxed flour. Not to mention it will fill with bacteria that much faster, so you'll be needing to change the water that much more often. So the bubble bowls, again, can be used and are wonderfully used on dining room tables, wedding tables, if you use enough of them, head tables, bars, washrooms, credenzas, buffet pieces, you name it, they're great all over the place. You do all kinds of stuff with bubble bowls. We could fill them with lemons. If we filled this with lemons along the side, you cut the lemons and stack them on the interior of this. We'll get into that type of designing later in a few weeks coming. Trichilium. Okay. And there you have your design. We're going to cut this now and we're going to place it in the bowl. Okay, as we're cutting the flowers, remember you want to envision the vase and where you want the base of the flowers to start, okay? Try to pull off as many greens as you can so they're not sitting in the water, but when you place them gently down in. You guys are probably going to have to pull this out once or twice just to get a good feel for it. All right, and then you're going to kind of tweak it as you put it in the vase, all right? There is your bubble bowl, all right? What I was able to do also is take some of the extra flowers, again, that were left out of the 6 bunches, and recreate another arrangement in a hurricane, right? So you have a hurricane arrangement, right? Asiatic lily, stock, trichilium, whole 9, wax flower. Then we went to our 6-inch bubble bowl. Okay. Value again on this would probably be $50. That's what we would charge. Then we have another. We have a little 4-inch fish bowl or bubble bowl with just the wax flower, kind of a neat look to accent all these carried through. And then you have the Grand Poobah, which is our larger arrangement, $75, okay? And remember, this is a $40 purchase for you guys, right? Most of you have vases at home. It's a no-brainer, right? 4 arrangements, great value. Try sticking all these in your ass, Steve. Russ's Green Tip. The arrangements that were created on the show, all of them, you guys should be changing the water every other day, right? So in doing that, if you're going to change the water every other day, make sure that you use the water properly and apply it to your green, right? Pour the water in a bucket, take it outside and use it in the garden instead of throwing it down the drain. That's Russ's Green Tip of the week. Now we're moving to the Q&A portion of our show. Again, email us. We'll answer all your questions. Russ on Flowers. If you like the shirt, they're for sale on our site. It's pretty cool on the back. Try sticking that in your ass, Steve. Moving into these emails, we want you guys to email us every week, okay? We want to answer your questions. We want to help you with floral design. We want to answer all your questions pertaining to your floral needs, okay? Russ, do you ever wear fresh flowers in your hair? Do I? No. I never wear fresh flowers in my hair. Kayla from Bartlett. Russ, what are some good flowers that I can plant and use to cut and put in vases? Well, all your bulbs are really great. This is from Bonnie in Knoxville. All your bulbs are great, okay? So, although daffodils, you know, it's a very short season, they rise early and they die fast, okay? So, although they're impact flowers, tulips are great. All your irises, your hydrangeas outside. You can plant your daisy bushes. Those are awesome outside. To bring those in, those are longer lasting, okay? All those flowers, you know, some of the stuff that you're going to get at the local garden stores, You can use those. A lot of them are small impatiens and all those. The Cosmos you can get, they're a little longer, but they probably are too fragile to use a lot, right? Lilies of the Valley are way too small. I mean, to put maybe in like a petite vase, that might be an idea. But yeah, most of your bulbs in the spring, it's an awesome time to use flowers from outside, okay? How do you dry out flowers? Frank, Evans, Utah. Okay, so we dry out flowers. Best way to do it, hang them upside down. Use a shoelace or use some wire it in, okay, room temperature. Keep it between 65 and 75 degrees. All right, hang them upside down, they'll dry fine. Russ, what advice can you give for decorating the night before a wedding reception? Amada in Santa Cruz. What advice can I give for decorating the night before at a wedding reception? Make sure you're done before the next day. Right? The flowers should last. If you're planning on putting flowers out, they should last the night. Make sure that you have them hydrated really, really well. Okay? If you're using foam loamies like we've had a show on a couple weeks ago, water them well. Okay? Make sure you water them carefully if you're placing them on the table the night before. All right? And the next morning, make sure you water them again. Most likely, if you're using bigger flowers, they'll absorb the water and start drying out the foam. You want the flowers to last through the day and maybe give them away as gifts to some of the guests. So make sure that you're watering them really, really well the day of, the night before, okay? So they last the day and it's something nice to give away to a guest. All right, that concludes the Q&A of the show. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next week.